it's becoming more and more in the light because our court systems are not fair. A lot of times, you would think the justice system is supposed to be fair, and a lot of times, it's not. What's going on, guys? Your boy RedpillCanuck back again with another YouTube video. Shout out to the Canuck Squad for being involved and being active on this YouTube channel. And of course, today's episode is sponsored by RedpillCanuck.com. That's www.RedpillCanuck.com. Our daily pill where we get a lot of our news articles, financial news, podcasts, and home of our newest addition to our lineup, the RPC, where you, the viewer, write in to get advice. And of course, you're getting it professional advice, but not by professionals. And of course, for entertainment purposes only. And if you're listening to us on an alternative platform, shout out to everybody on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Welcome, welcome, welcome to you. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like button on the way and subscribe button if you haven't already. Now, today's episode is going to be quite a serious one. So, as you can see right on the screen, we do have our disclaimer, and we have a special disclaimer because we're going to be talking about self-deletion, and especially in the aspects of men. Now, I'm going to go through my little monologue first, so kick back and relax. This is going to be one of these informative videos and quite serious. I know we do poke a lot of fun on certain situations. We make fun of a lot of things. But today we're going to be very, very serious. Reason being is because self-deletion is one of those things that you cannot reverse. And a lot of times people, and I'm talking about women and men for this part, usually when people have thoughts of self-deletion, they feel that they have no alternative, they have no way out. And that's actually the worst feeling you can have. Having no way of getting out of an issue. You feel like there's no escape. Now, men, today's topic, we're going to put our topic really quickly up here, and we're going to replace it here. Men, we need to know when to walk away. Now, sometimes, and I know how it is, because I've been a person that is stubborn, that want to make things work, that think everything can be fixed. Now, sometimes, fellas, you have to put your pride aside. You have to hold masculine frame in a different way. And you have to think, you know what? This ain't working. And just walk away. Sometimes we have to put our pride aside. And us as men have an issue with that. Because part of being masculine is having pride. Is, being successful. It's what drives us. But the problem is sometimes what drives us can be our own detriment. And lately, and this is, I'm pretty sure this has been going on for a long time, but it's becoming more and more in the light because our court systems are not fair. A lot of times, you would think the justice system is supposed to be fair. And a lot of times, it's not. It favors one side, and I hate to say it. Ladies, there's going to be feelings hurt today, but a lot of times the court system tailors more to the woman's side. Now, don't blame me. Don't come after me. Don't say, oh, you know what? I'm talking smack.
How dare you?
No, because a lot of times it tailors more to the woman's side. And there's a lot of cases, and there's a lot of evidence to that. Now, let's be fair. Let's be honest. Let's be straight up. Now, the problem with that is that a lot of men who are going through certain situations, especially divorce or child support and whatnot, they feel that they're backed into a corner. And there's no way out because obviously you have two people, two entities. against one person. Now, how fair is that? You have the court system that's supposed to be unbiased. They're not being unbiased, allegedly. And then you have the woman which you once loved, you probably shared children with, you slept together. You made that vow. Oh, we'll be together forever. I'll never hurt you. I'll love you till my dying day. Yeah. That same person turns into somebody you never thought you would recognize. Now, the problem with that is a lot of men don't know what to do because there's not a lot of resources out for men. Now, of course, you have this hotline here. And by the way, I'm going to put that on there now. If you have any sort of deletion thoughts or feel like you want to self-harm or if you have any mental issues, please reach out to your local national deletion prevention hotline. Now, you can easily Google that. I did have a number up here earlier before I started the video, but then I realized that that's a national one, so that's probably pertaining to the U.S. So all my Canadian viewers, or because I noticed that y'all over the world been watching me. So, yeah, but no, seriously, thank you for your viewership. I really appreciate it. You're really giving motivation to this small YouTuber to create more daily content for you guys. So, thank you so much. So what I decided to do is you know what? That's why I put in your area, because you can easily go on Google and you can find resources. Well, hopefully enough resources to help you change your mind for those thoughts. But that being said, when regards to reaching out for help, yes, there's that. But when it comes out for men, there's not really that much, is there? Like, you have shelters, you have battered shelters for women, but do you have it for men? Oh, do you have it for men?
Nope.
Do you have any other resources for men if they're battered?
Nope.
Of course not. But you have it for women, of course, but you don't have it for men, and we're supposed to be an equal society. So what are men supposed to do when they have any sort of issues? What are they supposed to do? Yeah, they're supposed to go in a corner, suck it up, and continue. But anyway, I'm not trying to make this any sort of bias or a rant, but I'm just trying to state the obvious because it goes into these two stories here. Well, actually, this is our headliner right here you see on the screen, but we are going to be referring to another story that happened recently. But let's get into the story. I think this monologue has been it went on long enough. Shout out to New York Post. Man who jumps to deletion at Disneyland. Oh, good Lord. The happiest place on earth. You decide to go and pull this? Like, seriously? Well, maybe he had memories there. I don't know. Man who jumped to his deletion at Disneyland was a school principal due in court on Monday on child endangerment and battery charges, which he blasted on a social media deletion note. So he left his deletion note not on the traditional way where you write it on a paper and you leave it on a desk. He actually went to good old fake book. The jumper was identified by authorities by Christopher Christensen. I'm trying to put respect on his name, but I suck at names as usual. 51 years of age, who had been a principal of Huntington Beach Elementary School for 22 years. Court records show that he was due in court for a pretrial conference hearing Monday for 2 misdemeanor charges, which he directly blamed to his deletion and a lengthy Facebook post just before he leaped off Mickey and Friends parking garage. Now he states, I hate when people leave this earth with so many unanswered questions, so I hope this provides some insight and perspective the once proud Administrator of the Year told Facebook friends in a calm tone. Now, this is the poor guy here. Now, we're going to have a little moment of silence for him, of course, because we have to, respect him. He looks happy, doesn't he, though? Okay. And now it looks like he was Administrator of the Year. It looks like it's probably like 2017 or something. Now, there is quite a lengthy Facebook post they have here. So this looks like this has been unaltered. So in order to respect his memory, we are going to read this because there may be some key things in here that they didn't state in the article here. Okay, so we read that part here. In a note, he introduced friends to my wife, Melina, or Marina, writing, "Yes, you heard me correctly. Most of you don't know this, but we privately married 3.5 years ago." So probably because of professional purposes, maybe he didn't want to expose that he was married. Maybe this was a teacher and him. You never know. Allegedly. Melina and I adored each other, and our relationship has been amazing up to recently. Of course, that's how it always is. He wrote in a note alongside photos of them on their wedding day. Unfortunately, 2 weeks ago, she and I got into a heated argument in front of the girls, he explained, admitting that tempers were flared and strong words were exchanged. Now here's the post here. So we're going to get into this post here. It is quite a long one. So, kick back, relax, get a coffee. We're going to go in through this, and we're going to kind of dissect this post here. I hate when people leave this earth with so many unanswered questions. So I hope this provides some insight. Okay, it looks like this is some of the repeats. So it looks like they cut here. Let me see. Okay. I'm going to start here. Unfortunately, 2 weeks ago, because a lot of this was a repeat. Unfortunately, 2 weeks ago, she and I got into a heated argument at home in front of the girls. Tempers were flared and strong words were exchanged between us. However, never in this exchange did I hit, slap, or hurt Marina in this matter. Okay, I know where this is going already. I already know where this is going. I think she's claiming of domestic violation. I have a feeling. Now, the thing is, I don't condone domestic violation of any sort. I think things should be solved with words, but of course, in a perfect world, that's not the case. Okay, let's continue. Nor did I ever touch the girls. I never have and never will. I love the girls like they're like my own, and they know that, as does everyone else who truly knows me. Okay, so he was a stepdaddy. Now, I don't endorse stepdaddyism because I feel that you shouldn't have to take responsibility for some other person's responsibility. But it's your lives. If you want to go be a stepdaddy or stepdummy, go ahead. I ain't going to stop you. But just bear in mind that you are never really going to replace the original daddy. So just keep in the back of your head. But apparently this guy, he cared for these girls like they were his own. Okay. But then again, obviously there may be cases where the original daddy, kind of got deleted. So in that case, maybe yes. Anyway, that's not the point here. Let's continue with the post here. Unfortunately, Melina's anger got the best of her that night, and she called the police, which landed me in jail that night. Yeah, I wonder why. Yes, me, a man who never hit or harmed anyone in his life. I think it's safe to say that Marina truly regrets making that call because the events of that night have completely unraveled both of our lives. Now, ladies, you have to realize something. A lot of things are said when you guys are arguing, and they actually did do a study that 70% of the time. Now, I had the article up here, but I accidentally closed it when I was before I started recording the video. But I will post it in the comments below, or in the pinned comments. That 70% of the time, when there's a domestic argument, y'all females start it. Yes, 70%. Now, there's different scenarios to that, why that could occur. Like, say if you guys are having an argument and the man wants to go out and just relax and cool down, y'all don't leave him alone. Y'all follow him.
Bruh.
You follow him and want to continue because you wanted to discuss your feelings. Oh, don't go to bed angry. We have to discuss this. This is important. No, sometimes you need, and ladies, take notes. Sometimes you have to let your man go out and cool down. If he wants to cool down, let him go. Let him be. He's not trying to disrespect you. He's trying to take himself out of the situation because he knows how it's going to transpire. He knows things are going to be said that are not meant to be said, that are not meant at all. But you push and push and push and push. Ladies, if you're having an argument with your man, leave him alone. If he says, leave me alone, and he walks out, let him. Don't follow him. Don't feel insulted. Don't feel that he's trying to avoid the situation. Technically, he actually is, but for a good reason. So leave him be. Continuing. Now I lost my spot. Where's my spot here? Okay, here we go. I am on the brink of losing my job as I am out on administrative leave until this case is resolved. So it looks like the his job found out about this. Oh yeah, because he was probably in jail and he couldn't call in sick, so maybe he told him the truth. However, the legal system is extremely flawed, especially against men and fathers. Very true. Shout out to that statement, because it's very true. You would think, and I mentioned this in my monologue in the beginning, you would think the court system should be unbiased. Technically, the court system is supposed to be unbiased. They're supposed to be mediators. They're supposed to hear both sides and make a justified decision based on both sides. And I state this in quotations. Both sides. Both sides. Not one side. Not 70% one side and 30% the other side. It's their job to separate the ish from the bullish and get to the facts and resolve it. But that's not always the case. And there's countless amounts of evidence that state this, that men are they don't usually do well when it comes to the court system. And it's really sad, especially when a lot of these judges are men themselves. They don't put themselves in the situation that they may be on the receiving end of this. What happens if they're in the court system? They don't realize how unbiased the court system really is. And it is sickening. And he does state this. And it's sickening how quickly and easily an innocent man can be thrown in jail based on zero evidence or proof. So there you go. She lied. She lied. And now again, we're only hearing one side of the story, but based on different situations, countless a number of situations. And of course, this is alleged, but again, this is a deleted man's confession. I don't think he have a reason to lie. But it's true. It is true a lot of times in order, and this is in the heat of the moment, which I said, ladies, let your man walk away. Let him walk. In the heat of the moment, You want to hurt him. You want to get the upper hand. So you say he hit you. Lies. You know what, honestly? And I'm going to go full screen for a second. I honestly believe that ladies who lie about this should be nailed for perjury and making a false report. I believe that. Because I guarantee if it was on the receiving end, actually, if it was on the receiving end, you think they would actually take the man seriously at all?
Nope.
No, they would laugh at him and say, hold masculine frame. That's what they would say. Hold masculine frame.
Bruh.
Anyway, continuing. Zero evidence or proof. In fact, I thought I was sharing the screen here. There we go. There we go. In fact, take a look at the attached screenshots of Melina's message to a friend about the matter. So he has proof. She too had no intention of having that night come this far. She knows I would never hurt her or the girls. And she too has been trying to clear my name with little success. Again, the legal system is deeply flawed, to say the least. Wait, who is she? Okay, Melina's message to her friend in this marriage. She too. So is this the friend that's trying to clear it up, or the wife? She too trying to be clear. What? Okay. She knows I would never. She too had no intention of having the night come this far. Okay, so this actually so maybe the wife is actually having regrets. So this actually might be the wife. We're gonna go through the message because I think it's in this article. Okay, so flawed to say the least. So here I am writing my final Facebook post to all of you. Okay, there we go. I need you all to know what a gentle, kind, loving, and sincerely good man has been destroyed by one unfortunate night. It is really unfortunate. This is not me. This is not something that I ever thought could happen to me. With all of this said, I truly loved educating and leading thousands of students and families as a principal at the school for the past 21 plus years. I have made so many wonderful connections with families over the years, and those who closely know how much I cared for my students, families, and staff. Please remember me and all the good I brought to the world of education. This is sad. For all that is said, I truly loved educating. Okay, I know I read that already. Sorry. To all my musician friends, thank you. Thank you for performing with me over the past 30 years. So he was a musician as well. We have had a blast all over and creating such fond memories together. Music has been a wonderful outlet for me as it allowed me to have a different and creative world outside my day job as a principal. I am sad to say that last night was my final performance. So he actually performed a music thing. Wow. So it's like he knew he was going to do this. However, it went very well, and I am proud of my final performance. It was a success. I have always loved performing, especially during the holiday season. I'm going to miss it dearly. There are so much more I want to say, but I'm going to spend the rest of my day reaching out to my closest to me and let them know how much I love them. This is not the ideal way to go out, but at least I get a chance to say some final words to those I love and adore. Wow, this is really sad, man. So he planned this. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a broken man. This man is broken. Wow. Take care, everyone. Please, please, please be kind to one another. Treat each other with kindness and grace. There is so much anger in the world, and people need to start treating each other better. I've shared with you above my prime example of how anger can really go a long-lasting and extremely damaging effects on a person's life. Wow. Unfortunately, okay, so however, never in this exchange okay, we mentioned that already. Okay, that's a repeat there. So that's a couple there. And that's her there. She looks innocent, doesn't she? Now, I'm not trying to blame her. Now, this is not a shaming article. Now, we all do things that we regret doing. So I'm gonna give her some immunity here. We all do things that we regret when we're angry. Now, the best thing to do is that when you're in an argument, again, step back. One of you have to walk away. Now, 30% of the time, men are probably the ones that walk away. Well, 70% of the time, the women starts the argument anyway. But one of you, if both of you have to have a clear level head and say, you know what, this is getting too heated. Let's revisit this later. And one of you just walk out. Fellas, sometimes we have to be that person. Just walk away. Don't think we can save everything. We can't fix everything. And ladies, no, we can't always talk about our feelings. In a heated argument, all we are feeling is anger. We are not feeling love or resentment or anything else. We are just feeling downright anger. Just leave us be. And ladies, if you're feeling anger, walk away as well. Nothing ever comes good. Pause. Out of two angry people fighting. Now let's continue with the article here. Was there another photo here? Oh, that's him there. Okay, anyway. Okay, he claimed to his secret wife truly regrets her. Okay, he claims that he was talking about how they knew he was married. And because of the events, okay, she truly regrets making the call. So it looks like what happened was, and that's them there again. They do look happy. His wife knows I would never, okay. You know, I think what probably happened, this is alleged. I think what probably happened is that, She probably said, okay, you know what? He hit me. Or maybe the cops assumed it. You never know. Because sometimes when law enforcement goes into a situation, they prejudge and they assume. So maybe they assume that there was domestic violation, that there was assault. Maybe the wife said there was assault. You never know. You never really know. So probably that was the case. And the problem is once these sort of cases get into the court system, it is really hard to get it out of the court system. That's why if you are going to do anything, always keep your nose clean, because once you get into the court system is not there to solve problems. They are there to make money. Oh, wrong button. But yeah, that soundbite also can be brought into this conversation. They're not there to help. They're there to make money. And who makes money? The city makes money. The lawyers make money. The judge makes money. It is a business. And a lot of you guys don't know that. Now, let me see how much more is there. And that's actually, oh boy. So that's the parking garage right there. Now, let's see. Okay, let me see if there's anything that wasn't out of the Facebook post. It looks like they copy a lot of stuff out in the Facebook post. Remember. Yeah, a lot of stuff that they just took it out of the Facebook post. They just cut and paste, lazy. Now, Orange County Superior Court records do not detail the exact allegations against him. The alleged acts happened on November the 15th, and Christensen posted $10,000 bond and was released on the 17th. He then pleaded not guilty to child endangerment and battery during his arraignment. So he was fighting this. So now here's the question. Did she say that this took place, or was it assumed that this took place? We'll never know. because they're not saying anything. Now, again, there have been cases where law enforcement walks in and they just prejudge. It's like, okay, yeah, this person, especially if they see somebody crying on the floor, they assume they were assaulted. Now, if there's no bruises and there's nothing, then why even say it? But you never know. Maybe she said this and then she regretted it. I don't know. I wasn't there, and it's all alleged. Now, before his deletion, he had been principal for 11 years, his LinkedIn showed. So our hearts are broken, blah, 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 blah. And of course, we got the deletion hotline here scrolling on our screen. Very sad story. Very sad story. And case in point, we also have our JDF case, our Green Ranger case, where, again, sometimes you have to walk away. Now, of course, the wife allegedly tried to change the reason why he deleted himself. But of course, it was stated in this article here that they had an argument. So we're going to go through this really briefly because this is very short. So JDF, what we like to call him here, Jason David Frank, cause of deletion revealed by his wife. Now, this is what she said. She said that he basically had mental issues. And maybe he did. Maybe he did. But another article was posted recently. Power Ranger star Jason David Frank deleted after arguing with wife. Again, arguing with the wife. Sometimes somebody has to walk away. Now, we're going to read this briefly because this is very important. Yeah, this is a short article, but it honestly, we have to read this. Power Ranger star JDF reported deletion after allegedly getting into an argument with estranged wife, Tammy Frank, on Saturday. Tammy, who filed for divorce from the actor in August, began feuding with Jason after they checked into two separate rooms at a hotel in Texas on Friday, law enforcement said. Despite staying in different rooms, the estranged couple allegedly argued in Tammy's room that night, but the situation de-escalated after hotel staffers got involved. So they were probably yelling and they said, okay, yeah, that's enough, quiet, or you're going to have to leave. The outlet reports that the two got into it again just hours after, with Jason locking his estranged wife out of his room. Tammy then allegedly called police to check on her ex around 5 a.m. on Saturday. Ah, boy. As previously reported, the actor's deletion was confirmed on Sunday. He was 49. Jason was best known as Tommy Oliver, the original Green and White Ranger on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Tammy later took to Instagram to pay her respects to her estranged husband, who she would have married in 2003. Okay, you know what? I don't want to read this, honestly. I don't want to read this part. Because I find this part angers me. This part angers me. Now, I know sometimes in videos that I do seem angry. It's only because I'm passionate about the article that I'm doing. Or the video that I'm doing. Now, this is what she put on Instagram. The loss of my soulmate. She captioned. So let me get this straight, ma'am. And you know what? We're going to go to full screen here because I feel we have to. You're saying the loss of your soulmate. You were arguing with him about God knows what a few hours before. Now, I'm not saying that she caused him to delete himself, but she definitely contributed to it, allegedly. Because how, a few hours after arguing with your ass, he deletes himself? Now, you going to the gram and saying the loss of my soulmate, I find that very disrespectful. I really do. Because if he was your soulmate, and I understand people do get divorced, but again, people change into a totally different person in divorce proceedings. They turn into different people. Now, saying that you lost your soulmate, I find it disrespectful. Especially you were arguing with him a few hours before. And again, you probably didn't know he was going to go and delete himself. You probably didn't know that. Let's be fair. But going to the gram and saying this, sickening. Sickening, to say the least. So the loss of my soulmate, she captioned, posted Monday, Jason, I can't go on without you. Are you trying to keep this video clean? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? You are my world. Yes, we had our struggles like any marriage, but months ago we both agreed it was worth saving. So why the hell were you arguing? So why were you having so much heated argument then? Wait, hold on a second here. Hold on a second. Weren't they were in the middle of divorce, weren't they? They were in the middle of divorce. So maybe they decided to save the marriage, but then you're still arguing? Like, what were you really arguing about? That's the question I want to know. I want to know, what the heck were you guys arguing about? And you know what? I hate that you didn't mention in the previous article here, you did not mention that you guys were arguing the night before. You just mentioned about mental issues. Until it was revealed in this article here, when the truth finally came out. Now, where's my spot here? Okay, deep conversations, vulnerability, forgiveness are on both our parts. She continued, I'm deeply lost, hurt, and utterly destroyed. I lost my one and only love. I am forever firecracker, baby. You know what? I'm trying to be... Oh, sorry. I thought I was sharing the screen. I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible, but when it comes to these things, can you really? Can you really? You were just arguing with the man. Now, again, I know you didn't know he was going to delete himself. But sometimes you say things, and I'm talking this in general. Sometimes people say things that they regret, but sometimes you can't change it. And it leads to stuff like this. Now, several of Jason's Power Ranger co-stars have reacted to the tragic news. It was an inspiration. He truly was. I remember watching him on Saturday mornings. Now, is there anything else we need here? Prior to Tammy, who shares a daughter. Okay. Hold on a second. Prior to Tammy. Oh yeah, he was married. He was married twice. So now, if this is actually the case that he was facing some sort of mental issues or any sort of deletion thoughts, again, reach out to the deletion hotline. That's the best thing you can do. I don't know. Honestly, there should really be more resources in regards to, men's health, and there's not. Now, that's another section where I feel society is failing. Y'all tailoring to women, which I'm not disagreeing with that, but in an equal society, everybody has the right to fairness, to a fair trial, to fair access to the children which they created. But this only confirms what I've been saying. Once you get into the court system's a business. And a lot of times these females are gaslit in order to do the stuff that they do. Now, I'm going to be fair here. Sometimes females, they don't want anything. They're in a vulnerable state. And sometimes the lawyers, they say, okay, you know what? You can get this. You can get this. You can get this. And of course, they're thinking of their own pocket. But again, I think there should be more resources for men, and there's not. And that's where I feel society is failing. But anyway, I hate to have a doom and gloom story here on a Monday, but I feel this needed to be said. And again, if you do think you're having any sort of deletion thoughts or any sort of mental health issues, please reach out to the deletion national hotline in your area. You can easily Google it. With that being said, that's going to be it for today. Shout out to our sponsor again, RedpillCanuck.com, home of our new series, Dear RPC, where you, the viewer, write in for advice, and we give you advice. Of course, we're not trained professionals, for entertainment purposes only. Shout out again to everybody on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Thanks for listening, and hit the follow button. And to everybody here on YouTube, hit the like button on the way out and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in the next one. Hopefully tomorrow we will have a happy story or something we can make fun of, which we usually do. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care of yourselves. Later. Thanks for watching. Make sure you smash that like button, and to check out our more recent uploads, check here on the top left, and to check out our playlist, check here on the top right, and make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, and also check out our Quick Hits channel, which is also located down below for our more bite-sizable content. I'll see you guys in the next one.